So slaps and claps. Fabrice, who is your slap this week?
Let me get her name correct. So I want to slap a lady, which I don't actually like doing. I don't really condone violence, but she really requires it. Her name is Munira Mirza. For those of you who don't know, let me find it. Hold on. So the UK has a newly appointed racial inequality advisor. And I think this was done in light of the murder of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, like countless people, the police brutality in the UK, Windrush scandal, whatever. So they've appointed a lady called Munira Mirza. She does not believe in systemic racism, but she is the UK's racial inequality advisor. I actually don't understand what the hell is going on in this world, but she was appointed by Boris Johnson and she's leading the work to form the Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities. Do you know what happens when you have somebody who can't cook, cooking like a cake or a scone, or like even worse, oxtail and rice and peas? You know what happens when they can't cook and they're cooking something? The whole meal is a shambles. It's awful.
Not even that, when they don't believe in seasoning, or they don't even believe in good food, in which credentials do you have to even be here?
And obviously I'm making light of the fact that this woman has now been put in such a privileged position. Actually, like a real awakening, actually, I think is taking place in the UK for lots of people, black and white. And we've got somebody who doesn't even believe in systemic racism leading our inequalities and racial inequality commission. The whole thing is already screwed from the very beginning. I'm not too sure why she's the leader. I'm not too sure who she's going to employ. And I'm actually quite concerned about the outputs or like the stats that are going to come out of this commission. But to be honest with you, I don't know what I expected from anybody that Boris Johnson hired, but yeah, that's the person that I want to slap, because actually she's a woman of Asian descent, and I would have thought that at least she understood the barriers that she faces as a woman, especially an Asian woman. But Lyndon, obviously she doesn't, so that's who I'm slapping.
I don't even know what to say of it because I'm just disgusted. She's underqualified. Simple.
She's not correct. She said that racism is a perception.
I'm tired of people saying that racism is the feeling. My slap today goes to Terry Crews, and I feel really bad because, anyway, goes to Terry Crews. We don't even have time to go into why I feel the way I feel about him in general. But he tweeted on June 7th, defeating white supremacy without white people creates black supremacy. Equality is the truth. Like it or not, we are all in this together. So there was a lot of uproar about his use of the word black supremacy, which I'm still confused about, and why defeating white supremacy, we have to, I don't understand the whole premise of his tweet. To be honest, I don't understand it. But that tweet was where it was. But you know when you're wrong and strong. So later he goes on the interview. Later on he went on the talk and doubled down on his black supremacy message. And in his defense of his tweet, he included some reference to, he said that I said it will cause black supremacy, and all these black people are telling me that could never happen. But actually, I went and looked, and I found that it has happened. Yeah, in Rwanda in 1994, and I said, wait, hold up, wait a minute.
He never said that.
Wait a minute. He said in Rwanda in 1994 there was a genocide, and it only included black people. So there's several things wrong.
First, he's not well.
So first of all, I'm going to need you to be, there's a level of intelligence that you're going to need to have from the beginning anyway, like before you have any discussion about anything. Second of all, why are you talking about genocide just higgy-haggily? Like in what, like what you're saying doesn't even make sense. You're using the Rwandan genocide to prove that black supremacy can happen if we don't use whites to fight white supremacy. I don't know. I don't even understand what and how does a genocide, which happens not only with black people, it happens in countries that are white, in countries that are Asian. How does that prove that black supremacy exists? Doesn't it only show the levels of colonialism? If you see the history of Rwanda and the reasons why this happened, this had nothing to do with black supremacy. And in actual fact, white people were present, black supremacy means that blacks see themselves, or blacks are the ruling party, and they have this level of oppression on any other race, yeah? And there's systemic racism in that country. There were white people present, actually, when the genocide was happening. In all the embassies, there were other officials, and they were not touched because they were white. And any white person who was there at that time had a level of authority, and they were exempt. So in which scenario does this actually, what does this have to do with blacks, your idea of black supremacy in the first place? That really annoyed me to the core, yeah? And so my slap goes to Terry Crews, first of all, for being stupid, and second of all, for chatting too much. My dad says that empty cans make the loudest noise. If you don't have sense, just shut up, and everybody will be none the wiser. But when you go to chat, and then you're wrong and strong, I just don't understand. So that's where my slap goes for today. That's who my slap goes to today, and a really strong slap, maybe a backhanded one, and a conk on the head like this.
He really should talk less because he's not intelligent.
He's not intelligent.
Right. So I'm going to slap Matthew John David Hancock, the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care. And the reason I'm slapping him is because he said this, right? This triggered me. He said, as we learn more about the virus, we will continue to take into account the groups that may be particularly vulnerable, including those, for example, from ethnic minority backgrounds. Bruv, shut your mouth, move back, and don't start talking about using a vaccination first on us. No, it's not going to work like that. We will not be test subjects. We're not lab rats. We are not test tube fodder. We are not going to be the first people that you use this on.
Nope.
Absolutely not. You think we trust you guys now? Are you mad? No. Not at all. Not at all. So I'm slapping him for that. I'm slapping him because we're not gonna be the first to take the vaccination.
Test it on your mum first.
Oh!
Test it on your mum. Took the words out of my mouth. Test it on your mum.
Good luck. Let them try. They don't know that anti-WhatsApping is in full force, and you're going to be very lucky if you find a black person who's going to take your vaccine. So good luck with that.
But yeah, Matt Hancock.
I just want to clap. 2 companies. One is a company called Heritage, and 2 is another company called Remke's. If you don't know, I literally am always going to the hair shop. I don't want no one to at me. I like going to the hair shop, and I'll do what I want. However, I have literally been looking for like black-owned hair stores for ages. Since moving from East London, I could not find one in Northwest, like at all, which really surprised me because Northwest is very Caribbean. Anyway, I found one in Watford called Remke's, right by the station, and I found a company called Heritage, I think, Heritage, whatever, and they're on Wilson Lane, and I was so happy to find them. And I walked into the shop, and for any women that ever go to hair stores that are not black owned, which are the majority of them, you already know the kind of looks, perhaps like the cold demeanor that you're given, lack of people perhaps even understanding what you're asking for, trying to sell you things that you don't require and or need for your hair. And I walked into the shop in Watford, and they said to me, "Hi, so nice to see you. How can I help you?" I asked her if she had a particular brand of edge control. She's like, "No, but you know what? If you let me know what it's called, I will contact the supplier and see if I can get it in next month." I said, "That's the way to do business and give me great customer service." I said, "Yeah, man, let me shout them out, because we need to be better as people. We need to," as I like to post today, say we need to support black businesses out of what did I say? Support black business out of practice and not out of protest. So I'm really happy to have found those.
Amazing. And I'm so excited to visit. Like I'm so excited to go in and start buying hair care from there. I am clapping. This is really going to be very sweet, short and sweet. Twitter for permanently banning Katie Hopkins.
I'm gonna put some gunshots out there.
We thank God. Let me just say, I'm for freedom of speech, even if I don't agree with it. But it's the right of every platform to decide what they want to allow on their platform, because it's an environment that they create. So it's not like they're killing Katie Hopkins. They're just telling her not here and not not today. So I'm for freedom of speech. Yeah, I am for freedom of speech, but it's every platform's right to decide whether that's what they want to create an environment for. And Twitter has clearly said not here, not today. And so they permanently deactivated her Twitter, or just she's been permanently suspended.
She ain't on no more.
In this case, this account has been permanently suspended for violations of our hateful conduct policy. Can I just also know that also favourite clap, someone who's received probably the most amount of slaps from the time that we started, Donald Trump, is a serial retweeter of her tweets. So I'm hoping that he's next, because if she's violating them and he's retweeting her tweets, he's definitely violating them.
What kind of world do we live in where the leader of the free world is retweeted Katie Hopkins?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm just hoping that that's the direction that they're going in, and I'm cheering for them. But this is a great first step, and that's the person the people I'm clapping for Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, free speech is important, but you know, Twitter is a platform, and you could say what you want, but they don't have to show everyone what you said.
Exactly, and you don't have to say it on that platform.
You don't have to say it on that platform.
You create your own. Exactly, you create your own hateful platform if that's what you want. There's several of them that exist.
So I am clapping the world-class football player from Manchester United in England, Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford had a good week as he helped to get free school meals back to nearly 1.3 million children who are eligible. He got the government to U-turn their decision. Their decision initially was to stop the free school meals for the summer, but he wrote an open letter to the MPs and urged them to change their mind. And they have, because he's Marcus Rashford and everybody loves him. And now they've had to, change their ideas. Yeah, so I'm clapping Marcus for that. He's done something that is very personal and very important to him, because he needed free school meals when he was a child. I think it's important that you understand that the government that we're under right now really doesn't care about people who have less, and they don't care about uplifting those who have less. And what they don't understand is when you uplift those people that have less, sometimes you get gems like Marcus Rashford, and when you don't get that, and it's a detriment to the society. So I'm going to clap for Marcus Rashford. I'm proud of him, and I'm proud to support his club.
I saw a tweet that said it's nice to see the right guy in number 10 leading the nation, because his number is number 10, and I'd actually much happier rather have him. He's influenced Boris Johnson to do a massive reversal on providing children with free meals during the summer, and I just think he is using his influence for greater good, and that's a real influencer, and he's a young black man. So stand up.
So I found a tweet, and Katie Hopkins said, "Dear Marcus Rashford, do you think women should think about how they're going to feed a child before they decide to have it? I do not want to pay to feed other people's kids. You are welcome to."
Well, we don't want to pay for your time in prison, but the way you're going about it, you're going to have to be paid. You're acting like a criminal. A criminal.